everybody, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, and welcome back to GTA 5, where today we have this. Now, if you're looking at this from the front, you're probably thinking, Lex, that's a Silvia S13, of course. But hang on a minute. If we look around, we will see that this is actually a 240 SX, and this is actually known as the Sileighty, or the Sileighty, however you'd like to say it. I think in Japanese it's like the Chirighty or something like that, so I've always said Sileighty. And the interesting thing about this is, I'm not going to pretend to know everything about Silvias, because every time I try to do a video on a Silvia or something, apparently I always get something wrong. But as far as I'm aware, the Sileighty isn't actually meant to be the 240 SX, it was actually meant to be the 180 SX, which was also known as an S13 on this back end. It's very confusing. But basically what this is people used to like stick on the front ends of Silvia S13s onto 180 SXs in Japan, and I think they even did some semi-official versions. I'm not completely sure. But that is what we're going to be modifying today, because there is actually a bunch of tuning parts that we can do and add to this car. So this is it in its standard form. It's got some kind of shiny and, I'm going to say, oversized versions of the original wheels with some tyre lettering as well. Got some Pirelli P0s on there. And there is actually some really cool details in here. So we're going to look on the inside. The interior is pretty cool. There's not much of a texture on the dashboard at all or anything like that. But the doors all seem pretty cool. We've also got these bride seats and bride rear seats as well. If I just go here and go to vehicles, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to door control. I'm going to open all the doors. Some of these aren't going to work. Oh, there we go. Just open that up again. And get out the car and have a wee look. Now, as I approach this bonnet here... Oh, no, hang on. Don't go back in. As I approach this bonnet here, you may notice... Oh, I can go forward now. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. There's a little bit in this car with an odd collision. Hang on. Look, I'm trying to move back at the moment, and it won't let me in. There we go. Look, I'm running towards it now, and it won't let me in. There's a sort of weird collision thing in this car where it's sort of like hovering out in front of the car, so let's ignore that. So this car has a 3D engine, as you can see here. It's got a bunch of stuff. I mean, it's not really textured, but it is colored, and it is 3D, which is pretty cool. It's a lot better than what you see with most car mods, I've got to say. And I thought I had the boot open there. What happened with that? Let's try and see if we can open the boot again. Okay, there's our... Oh, God, that's a tiny boot. I thought this was a hatchback. I thought the entire hatch opened on these things. I don't think it was on... Also, I don't think that the... I didn't think that the brake light just sort of hovered in midair there. I thought that the boots didn't open like that on the 280... the 240 SX or the 180 SX. I thought it was an actual full hatch. That's kind of weird. Yeah, it must be, because look, there's a windscreen wiper there. Just sticking to... Yeah, okay, something's not right about that. So now we've got everything shut, we're going to go and modify the car, and I'm going to answer a couple of questions on the way there. So the first question is from Sam Vizes. He says, since when is the Sultan RS 2-door available in single player? Or is this a mod? And Peyton Thomas also says, please answer, how did you get that car in single player? Oh god, move out the way. Basically, there is a mod where you can have the Benny's Garage in single player, which I will link in the description below, actually. And in order to just spawn in the Sultan RS otherwise, is you get your native trainer or something like that. That's the one I use. I'm going to go to Vehicle Spawner, enter a name, and we can just type in Sultan RS, and the Sultan RS will actually spawn. And I've just realised that it's actually spawned inside of the weird collision things with this car, so... Oh dear. Hang on, we're going to have to spawn that in again, but that would be a good way to just show you that this is an add-on car. So we're going to spawn this in by typing Sileighty, like that, or Sileighty, however you like to say it. I'm sure, as I keep saying Sileighty, there's probably someone watching this sort of shuddering, thinking, why are you pronouncing it that way? I pronounce it differently. I know, I'm sure many of you are probably going to pronounce it differently. But that's just the way I've always said it, and I kind of base it on the fact that in Japanese, it's sort of like a Sileighty or something like that. So let's just go to, let's just give our brakes here. Got a bumpers, front bumpers. We've got this one. We have this one with a HKS intercooler. In fact, they've all got HKS intercoolers. Standard one, oh, the standard one did. I didn't notice that. Okay, there we go. There's bumper 1, bumper 2, and bumper 3, and bumper 4. What should we go for? I'm not really a fan of that grille on the first two. I do prefer the Silvia with the standard Silvia thing in the front, so I don't know. I quite like this. It's kind of... Yeah. I don't know how to... I don't know. That's not really a drift style one. I'd say this is kind of more drifty in the way it's styled because of the big sort of thing on the bottom. But I reckon we're going to go for this one. That's the one I'm going to go for. Rear bumpers, we have quite a huge amount here. We've got this one, which has got 2 sets of exhaust cutouts, which makes me wonder. I'm just going to go to exhaust first and see if we have anything different. Oh, okay. Well, we've got the cutouts, but we don't have twin exhausts. So I guess I'll pick my exhaust now. We've got that one. We've got the really huge fart can or the super huge fart can. I'm going to go for the middle one. I guess that works. It is a bit big, though. It is a pretty big exhaust. That one is probably about my limit, I would say. Although I don't know. But we'll go for that one as it's more close to where the bumper finishes. So let's go back to the rear bumpers. We have, those two look the same. Those two look identical. What's going on with that? Okay, we got this one, which is a drift style rear bumper. We got this one. We have this one, which is kind of like, oh, it's just like a little thing on the bottom of the original bumper. We have that one, which I do not like at all. Wow. I've just noticed that the exhaust is clipping as well. That's not great. We have this one. We have, oh, that's it. Okay, so we have that standard. I quite like this one, and I think that's going to match the front one pretty nicely, so we're going to go for that one. On the chassis, we have, oh, this is going to give us our roll cage. Okay. And it's going to completely strip. Is that taking out both seats? It's taken out both seats. I'm not sure if the mod maker had intentionally got rid of the seats. So I'm going to leave that stock because I would like Michael to actually sit in a seat if he can. We're going to upgrade that. We've got our exhaust done. Let's go to hood. We have this and this one. I quite like just having the standard one, to be quite honest with you. But I'm going to go for this one just for the sake of this video. Horn, lights, we're going to ignore. Plate, I'm sure we can just go with the standard one. Let's go with that one. What year were they using the blue? Were they using this in sort of the late 80s when this car would have been around? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. I think that was probably early 80s, but I'm sure someone will correct me on that one. Respray we'll do last. We have skirts. We've got a nice selection here. We have this one. We have this one. That's a drift style one. That's probably a bit too much for the kits we've got. We have this one, this one, this one, and this one here. I don't like... What is that little thing sticking out there? Just in front of the front door. The front door. The door. Just the door. It's not... It hasn't got loads of extra doors. Okay. I think this one. I think that one is going to suit the kit that we've already got. Maybe. Yeah, or that one. Yeah, although yeah, it's a bit too... It looks a bit odd without it. So I think we should go with something subtle, like that maybe. Or let's just go for this one. Let's just go for this one. It's not perfect, but I think that would do. We have a nice collection of spoilers here by the looks of things. We have this one, which... What is that? What is that? That's weird. We have this one. We have this one, which looks really just way too thin. It needs to be a lot wider than that, I feel. We have this one, which it looks sad. It looks like sad eyebrows or something. I don't like that at all. We have this one. This is getting really Need for Speed style. This one, which is at least I'd say about the right width, but it probably could be a little bit wider. We have this one here, which I'm normally it would be the sort of style I go for, but I'm not feeling that whatsoever. I quite like the standard spoiler. That's the problem. Unless we make this sort of really ricey, but I don't like any of them. Actually, to be honest, I don't like any of them. I don't even like that one. I'm just going to keep the standard spoiler because I actually don't like any of those spoilers. I'm going to lower the car. Like, oh. That didn't do anything. Okay, well, we'll do it anyway. Perhaps it will keep the handling up. We'll do the transmission, turbo, of course, and wheels. Now I'm going to go to tuner because we have the wheels that I still have from the Skyline mod. Which should... Oh, it looks a bit empty in those arches, actually. But it looks a bit odd with the standard wheels. The offset of these standard wheels is just way wrong. It's too wrong. The size is too wrong. Which means that the tyre size is too wrong. It all just looks completely weird. Which is why these now look really empty and lost inside those arches. Which is a huge shame. Now, it's looking to me like I might have to go with the wheels that I used for the Skyline build as well. God, look, the tyres are just way too small. This is... Oh, God. No, this is not working. This is not working at all. Okay, I'm going to go for these ones. I think this is... it's the same as I picked for the Skyline. It's probably pretty boring, but I'm going to go for it anyway. And wheel color, we'll just do in... yeah, stone silver. I'm pretty sure that's the same color as well. Can we do like... oh! How did I not know this? How did I not know this? If we change the tires, it makes the wheels wide? Oh no, we could have had like nice wide wheels on the Skyline. How did I not know that? Hang on then. Hang on a minute. I'm going to go for the NK RPF ones and I'm going to make them wide. Oh my god. Yeah, look, I can make them wide. Actually, that looks a bit weird. I'm going to keep that wide and I'm going to change the tire, change the wheel design and see what we get. So we have that one wide, that one. Oh, that offset's kind of working. Or we can have... do you know what? I'm just gonna go for this. I think it looks pretty nice with the wide wheels. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So we have respray. So we have a secondary color. So what we're gonna be changing with this... oh. Hang on then. Hang on then. Let's just finish this build first. I want to try something out in a minute here. So let's just go for... oh, look, we've got to do them both at the same time, I guess. Oh, we'll have to change them all separately. So for colour, what should I go for? I've been going for pretty boring colours like with the last one with the Skyline, so I don't know if I should just go for something... ooh, yeah, I'm not sure. Should I just go for like a super bright race yellow? I think I'm going to do that. For this one, I'm just going to have it as a nice bright yellow, and we're going to match it on the door as well. And there we go, that is our car finished. But I want to try something quickly, because the way that bottom part of the door was coloured makes me feel that we could get... oh, this is kind of... the handling feels very drifty, actually, I've just noticed. Maybe the mod maker made it so it was kind of like drift physics in this car. I hadn't actually realised that. Wow, actually, this is really slippery. There's just a lot of understeer, and then sort of fighting with the oversteer as well. This is not... this feels really weird and forced. It doesn't feel like proper oversteer. Actually, just quickly, before we check out this two-tone thing that I want to try out, because it makes me feel that we can get some sort of 80s, early 90s two-tone paint going, which is going to look pretty nice. I just want to see if we can do the Slam It thing on the menus mod, just so we can get rid of that horrible arch gap, as that's pretty yucky looking. It's because the tires are just too low profile. So we're going to go to Slam It, and what have we got for our options? We got... oh, okay, that makes it even worse. Let's just keep going down, further down. That's better. There we go. It's actually, there's a lot of reverse rake on that one. The whole stance of this car just looks completely off, but it's actually lowered now to a more respectable level, I guess. Look at that. That's crazy. Right, let's go back, because I want to try out this two-tone paint, because I think it's going to look pretty awesome. Okay, here we are. And I've also got Slam It on still, because it obviously just, it works with whatever car you're in. I should probably knock that up just a wee bit. Is it probably a bit too low? That's too low. No, that one there. I think that's probably a suitable level, but I don't know. It looks too low on the back. I want it just a little bit low on the front. Yeah, not really feeling that. Let's go and check out this paint then. Right, here we are. Let's get a respray. Let's get a secondary color. Classic. Oh, no, it doesn't even do the bumpers. Okay. Whoa. Whoa. This also changes the color of the tires. What? Okay, no, this is wrong. This is really wrong. What is that about? That's not right. I was hoping we was going to have some sort of like classic two-tone style thing, but that is not going to work. Oh man, that is a huge shame. Stick some anthracite black on that one and probably, I don't know, let's go for a classic color on the top. Oh no, that's not going to look right, is it? Oh well, I thought that was going to be a thing, but sadly not. We need more two-tone. I just love the old two-tone style of like cars from the 80s and 90s. It looks totally awesome. It's a shame we don't really have that much in cars nowadays. But I guess that's it. There we go. That is the, well, in this case, it's the 240SX with the S13 Silvia front end, also known as the Sileighty, or the Sileighty, or the Sileighty, or however it's said in Japanese. So there we go, guys. That is it. If you got all the way to the end of this video, what should be our secret word of the day? Well, as I can't think of anything relative to this, let's just have the word as tomatoes. That's just something completely random, just to let me know that you've seen to the end of the video. And also, as always, don't forget that you can leave comments and questions in the comment section below, and I will answer them or feature them in the next video. But there we go, guys. That is it. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Goodbye!